Howdy, everybody. Welcome
Happy
to episode 24 of What Are You Drinking Now? Here at the office. Nick is going all out with some flying machine tonight. He's going to have one for his palate cleanser, plus I think he's got one for our tasting.
Oh,
is that actually our tasting? Okay.
no foreplay at all.
Yeah, Nick's,
I'll let you guys handle the foreplay. I want to get down to business tonight.
Nick's going straight to the
Wow.
beer.
We apologize for the delay on all the live viewers. We did switch our format. We're now on it. We'll be tuning in between 8:15 and 8:30 regularly on Monday night now. We'll try to get it down to 8, but I closed the shop at 8, and so we just have to make sure we get everything going right.
It's really
Blame me, don't blame them, but we'll be here.
I thought it was because we're catering more to our Midwestern patrons.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll go with that one.
Yeah, my guys.
Other than the fact that Matt left and now Nick has to close.
So
I don't know anything about that.
I'm gonna tell you, my palate cleanser tonight is the
Mr. Laugh On. It's all
yeah. Speaks all Nick's fault.
Speak of the devil.
That's the line of the week, isn't it?
Speak
The collective
of the devil.
illusions. I guess me and Laugh On are having the same collective illusion. I guess.
So yeah, we got 4 cases of beer in from our friends over in Wilmington at okay. So
You can finish that sentence
I'm sorry.
anytime now, boss.
I'm sorry. Our producer was distracting me. So we got 4 cases of beer this week from our friends over at Flying Machine Brewery over there in Wilmington. Great little place if you've never been there. You want to check them out. I think they have food trucks just about every night of the week there, and they have a lot of things going on. So we're going. I know Nick is doing a Flying Machine beer as a palate cleanser. What do you got going on over there?
So my palate cleanser is the Collective Illusions Hazy IPA. This is a 7.5 hazy IPA dry hopped with Amarillo and Simcoe. So let's talk about that a little bit.
For my palate cleanser, I've got the Duck Rabbit Nutrix.
So it's got some juice, but it's also kind of got this dryness to it, and I'll tell you more about why I say that in a little bit.
For my palate cleanser is the Bell's Two Hearted Ale, because why not? It's a classic. Cannot go wrong with this beer.
Beer for polygamists, right?
I would literally ask anybody who says they like beer to tell me they don't like Two Hearted.
Well, you know, it's a classic.
Polygamous.
What, 2 hearts?
Never mind.
You'll figure it out. Hey, did you guys ever figure out why they call it 2 hearted?
Has to do with fish, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, but it's...
That's enough for me.
So let's move on to your beer that you have for us to drink tonight, Nick.
These guys are hurting me. They're hurting you. Let us know. So we're gonna do the. This is the Electronic Fog. This is the other hazy IPA we got in from Flying Machine.
So you're comparing the two between. I see what you did.
That's right. And so first off, I'm just going to show color difference. This is Collective Illusions here on my right. I'm moving up and down. Darker color. Here's Electronic Fog. All right. This is our taster. Light color.
It kind of reminds me.
Can't see through it though.
The color of it kind of reminds me of like a light grapefruit juice type color.
I actually think I get a deeper haze out of the Electronic Fog. I'm going to say that even though I get a golden color here.
I would like to interject and say that their labels are freaking amazing.
Oh yeah.
Everything about
I'm having
the
a trip
aesthetic of
just
Flying
looking at
Machine
this.
is incredible. They make good beer, but I like to look at it too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the cans are so pretty.
They haven't had a bad label, and they change beers a lot.
We threw down the gauntlet, a couple weeks back, and it may be they were already producing these beers, and we just hadn't gotten to them yet. But we said, who is going to make the distinctive Coastal Carolina Hazy IPA? And we were talking about that Summer Love.
We've been talking about that all summer, though.
All summer.
Who's making the Carolina?
But you know what, dude? This right here, the Electronic Fog, I think takes where Summer Love was and takes Coastal Love, takes it up a notch.
This is pretty good.
Yeah.
And so if you remember that collab, who that was with, I think they got inspired and went for it.
Well, I know. I mean, this is definitely hoppy, but it's got some juicy sweetness to it too.
Yeah. So and it has that milkiness, that lacto to it.
Yeah. It's not going to
that's why I
chase
think
away.
it's truly hazy.
It's not going to chase away those that are really afraid of the big, super hoppy beer.
All right. Speaking of hops, let me tell you what hops are in this dry hopped hazy India Pale Ale: Mosaic and Hallertau. Hallertau, for those who don't know, and Josh, correct my pronunciation.
Hallertau?
Hallertau that's an old like German one that's commonly used in like spicy pilsners and things like that, right? But it's gonna pack in a little bit of
It's got a little spice, a little earth. It's a mild hop.
But it's got some citrus characters like limey,
very light.
slight.
Very light. I mean, that's mostly gonna taste like dank earth.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to get to. Is one of these beers is kind of juicy and citrusy, and one of these is kind of dry, dusty floral.
3-2.
So this has the
3-2
Mosaic
out of 4-4.
Colorado, and I think this is
that's
kind of
that's a
dusty
solid bird
floral,
right there,
like
right?
dank,
Solid
earthy,
bird.
like Josh was saying. Pair that with that lacto,
It's,
and honestly, that's an
Ooh.
easy drinking. It's only 6.3 as opposed to the 6.5 over here. And now that I take a side by side, this is way juicier, has more of the citrus again. So with Amarillo and Simcoe, I'm getting big citrus hits.
you're gonna get citrus.
And then with Mosaic and Hallertau. Sorry, it's just really weird word to say, and it's not an everyday word. Hallertau and Mosaic is like dustier, drier, earthier, danker.
What I would tell you right now though is like, because Mosaic would be called the super citra hop.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy that they would use Mosaic with Hallertau because they're typically not hops that you blend. Because Hallertau's got that traditional German kind of crispy Pilsen
Mm-hmm.
approach to it, or Czech, I guess. If I'm going to say Pilsen.
So that begs the question: is there a complexity in this? Is there a play between those hops that's
It's
really
a
driving
really
the
cool,
flavor?
tasty beer. I mean, it tastes like it's light enough, and it's not cloyingly hoppy, you know?
I will say
that's what I was saying earlier. I think as far as like, if you got somebody comes in and says, "Hey, I don't want something that's just going to drive me crazy with hops. I'm looking for a little something, but not big super hops."
That's right.
This is what I'm going to point to, because this is really, I mean, the hops are there, but they're, I don't want to say muted, but they're not as in your face.
I'd say they use the Hallertau for bittering, and maybe a little bit of Hallertau for aroma, but mostly dry hop and aroma with Mosaic.
Okay.
Would be my call, and if I'm wrong, please gladly tell me, guys.
Well, it is when they say dry hopped with Mosaic. They put that first and Hallertau. So I think Josh may be on something, and I tend to agree with him. I get a very Mosaic feel, very friendly, very easy drinking for me. And like I continue to say,
It's delicious. This beer is great.
it's hazy. It's got some juice, but it's not sweet. This stays on that bitter, dry, floral, herbal tone. It does have some citrus notes in there, but it's not juicy.
3.6
When I
out
hit
of
the 7.5 Collective Illusions, this is. Matt says wrong. This says.
What's wrong? What's wrong, Mr.
This is
Laphon?
kind of
Huh?
bigger
Huh?
body,
Huh?
skunkier, and it has that citrus juice in it. It really does.
So I was getting some juiciness from
I
this,
think
but-
you're going to get it in both. These are both hazy IPAs. They're not described as New England, and so it gets me wondering if they're really working on a Southeast hazy.
What I will tell you is that you guys are missing out on part of the experience because you don't have a thick mustache, you haven't shaved.
All right, so
And
tell
you
us,
don't
how's the
have-
beard feel on that?
The beard feel is delectable. I mean, I've got like little dribbles right here and right
Yes.
here, and I
Yes,
just
you
look
do.
up and I just go.
I have a coworker who asked him if
And
Josh knows who Grizzly Adams is. I'll let you guys
yeah,
talk about
so
that.
no, I'm growing my beard out. I don't have a reason.
No Shave November?
No.
Okay.
I'm just growing my beard out.
You're not doing a Movember, huh?
No, I'm literally just growing it out.
Oh, well, I'm doing no shave November.
And in January, it'll still have the same peach
That's
fuzz.
right.
So anyway,
It's true. I've had the same peach fuzz since I was about 13.
so good beer, Fly Machine. One thing I like about Fly Machine, all their packaging is 16 ounce,
And beautiful.
and the
These
labeling
things are
is
a trip,
great.
man.
It's almost worth stating the labels. Just
So let's brag. Where are these guys from? Got to remind
they're
everyone.
Wilmington.
That's right.
Right there on Randall Parkway. They built the brewery, the entire building
like,
just for.
like 40 minutes that way.
They built the entire building just for the brewery. Great looking facility.
Oh yeah. These
Randall
guys.
Parkway. That sounds like a new road.
It's been there forever. Dude.
It's gorgeous. I've been there a couple times. Everybody there is awesome.
Yeah. So our rep there, the off-premise manager, or on-premise manager, I guess. Ooh, yeah.
I get Drew.
It's
Juice.
a 3.6 out of 4.
I was just getting ready to say 3.6 again. So yeah, the new off-premise manager there, Andrew, really hooked us up when he sent out the email on these. I told him just to give us one of everything, and he did. So we're going to
Which one of the things we have in
we
there,
didn't pay for it, but yeah.
actually, and it's worth mentioning, one of those 4 is a collaborative brew inspired by a Northwest brewer. We think maybe he came down and brewed down here, and that is something really cool, worth checking out. If you're not into the hazy,
It's gonna take a plane.
it's gonna take a plane. And that's from Minor Key Brewing is the collab.
Minor Q is the collab.
Yeah.
It's I've had that one.
I don't. Is
It's
that Washington State? Is that Portland? Where is that?
good. That I don't even.
Yeah, it sounded like it was a Seattle brewery. To tell you, it just really looked like it.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna move on from this one. We
Take
will
a
be
plane.
linking Flying Machine into the upload on Facebook. I hope they see it. I hope Andrew there wants to comment and let us know how right or wrong we were on some of these calls on the
I think
hops.
I think I figured out how they named that's gonna take a plane. Like, what's it gonna take to have us do a collaborative brew?
gonna take a
It's
plane
gonna take
for
a
me to
plane.
Um, where's the state that one dude robbed the plane and jumped off?
That is DB Yates jumped off theoretically somewhere north
It's
of,
Yates. It's DB, but it's Yates.
or maybe I got the name wrong.
At
DB
least I think we can
Cooper.
DB Cooper. Thank you.
We all know
DB
the
Yates.
story. So
DB
I'm
Yates is
wondering-
like a writer. Sorry guys.
I was wondering if that was a harkening back to that one.
Let's move on to Josh's beer, just to
Never
keep
found
things
that
rolling.
money.
Well, you guys are gonna hate me.
No, I know exactly what you're pulling. So just so you know, Josh is so predictable. Without looking at the shelf tonight, Nick asked me what I thought Josh was pulling, and I told him. He's like, I said, it's just because Josh is predictable. I knew exactly what he was going to pull.
What
You
I
like
like,
new beer.
you have to keep people thinking you're predictable just so you can be surprising from time to
To
time.
be honest with you, I really thought that Nick was going to pull the new Dogfish Head one.
The hazy, the dog, the
But
Big
I'm
Head
glad. Yeah, I'm glad he pulled this. I really am.
We've had this for a couple days. I wanted people to know about this.
This thing is literally just called Nuclear.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Well,
so
they
this
have
is called
subtitles.
Nuclear. This is
Actually, this is the Nuclear Cloud Pleaser.
it's
Yeah.
the Cloud Pleaser series, I guess.
Yeah.
Cloud
Yeah.
Pleaser series, Juicy Hazy, Nuclear, Mega Super Grapefruit IPA, which I'm glad I'm not taking medicines that I can't have grapefruit anymore. Hey, yay me. This thing's 10% ABV, and we're gonna see what it tastes like.
Hey, while Josh is pouring, I have a question for our current live viewers. What are you drinking now? Feel free to write up on the comment board and let us know. That goes out to you, Mr. Laffon.
That would be tequila for him.
Maybe.
Probably the XO if he's doing it right.
Oh no, you drank all that last night.
Oh, must have been a rough morning.
It was.
I
I don't know why I know that.
Oh, Josh shorted himself.
Oh, I didn't do that on purpose.
Hey, this has some colloid in it, man. There's some particulate.
Talk about labels. This is really cool too. It's like steampunky and
Yeah, AMB's been doing it.
yeah. So I mean, we got all kinds
For
of.
those who don't recall, AMB's out of Boom. The pride of App State. I'm sure they're drinking these on the App State campus.
So the hops in this one is Centennial, Chinook, and Citra.
Wow. That's like a pure 3C's Northwest style.
Centennial, solid American hop for pretty much it's an all-purpose hop. Chinook, this is Danky. Citra, well, I mean, he got his name somehow.
Yeah, right. Probably those alpha acid tones.
It smells like grapefruit.
It does. Are you anti-grapefruit?
You say it like I'm an anti-dentite.
Yeah,
I hate the dentist,
Right.
but I don't hate grapefruit.
I didn't know if your body disliked grapefruit or not.
Let's find out.
In all honesty, it smells like if I was eating a grapefruit while I was mowing the yard.
I know he can't mow the yard. Well, he can mow the yard, but he's got a.
So it's not okay. Yeah, there's multiple parts of the grapefruit in there. Like cut the rind, get the zest. I'll get a little in your eye, and then right down to it, it's like you just plucked one of them square little triangle cuts.
That is an aggressive grapefruit.
My grandmother used to get those Indian River grapefruits and bring them up from Florida when she'd visit. And man, it just reminds me of getting a wedge of that. A little bit of sugar on it though.
Mhm.
That is delicious.
Yeah.
And I can definitely.
So I'm
taste
blown
the
away
booze
that
in it.
is 10%. I mean, I hear you saying you can taste the booze, but I'm blown away that that's a 10%.
I'm
It
getting
doesn't taste
I'm
10.
getting the 10%
here, just-
of the sweetness.
This is collective illusions. Just taste the difference on a 7.5 versus a 10, and that tastes boozier than this.
This is warmer.
It's because it's warm. Yeah, I like to warm it up. Nitro Stout Victory, yeah, my man. That's some good stuff. Must have got that from Mr. B on your last day.
Yeah. So yeah, that's right. I remember somebody.
I got one too, buddy. I was right there with you.
So again, like they said, the label's kind of cool. I don't think it's as showy as the Flying Machines.
Look, a lot
But
of darker.
There's a lot going on it too, just like the Flying Machine.
Yeah, these red and brown tones. We're going to show you. There's little like atom bomb explosions, which to me cracks me up because earlier Cloud Blazers were more like this vinyasa feel, like this like Eastern meets Western. This is pretty much pure Western look here. This looks like the cover of Doctor Strangelove.
There's some retro totalitarian artwork going on there.
Lots of red and black, like Josh said. And, you know, in the mountains. I don't know who's been to Boone listening to this feed, but man, in the winter that place gets dark. It is in a valley, and once the time moves back and you're up in the mountains, a few steps north, man, and west, and that valley, man, that place gets dark fast.
Does it? No.
Oh yeah. When the sun sets in Boone, it sets.
Well, so flavor, yes, big grapefruit throughout this thing, but there is. You were saying sugar sweetness. I'm getting the sugar sweetness as well,
I get that.
There's definitely.
and I think that might be lending itself to the booziness. You know how
Well,
sometimes
once we start talking 10%, I mean, are they using Pac-Man? Are they repitching? Like, how are they doing this? Because a lot of common ale yeasts pretty much pear out once you hit the 9, if you've built your malt correctly. Josh and I pushed up to a 10
think
too.
this was a heavy malt build. There's definitely some malt left in this.
Which
This
makes
is
me
a
think,
heavy malt build. I think there was some heavy fermentation going on. I could definitely tell this is tender. This is 10%.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm feeling 10% on this one.
I have a moment every time I take a sip where I have to like.
I'm blown away
And I
at
love
Josh.
it. Oh,
Josh
yeah.
had the last pour out of it, and remember, guys, I had the first pour, and I was like, "Oh, I see
I had
colloids." Josh is pure haze.
Yeah, you can't even see it.
So I think this is a double haze. This is oat flake and lacto. Because that sugary we're getting
that
is a
yeast.
lactose sugar.
That is yeast.
So there's on filter in here,
Yeah, this is not filtered.
which it's in a can. We don't usually see continuing fermentation occur in cans. However, it's a local in-state brew. It's not necessarily pasteurized. So I don't know. I'd be interested to know.
It reminds me of the Heady Topper, because like I've had drank so much Heady Topper, one of those beers everyone thinks is end all be all beer. It's good. It's not a pretty beer. ugly. But I love my beer ugly and tasting good.
The pour you have almost resembles a milkshake.
Yeah.
Like a pineapple milkshake.
I would rather
is what
it look
fans-
like this, and like even the other ones you guys have are a little bit hazy. I like beer that's got the haze. I think that unfiltered aspect really draws the flavor out there. You know.
It's neat. It's one of those. We were talking earlier. Like is the haze craze over? Is it a phase? Is it a fad?
It's definitely not over.
I think
it may be a phase.
I
maybe
think
a fad.
categorically we're just gonna see it like IPA, hazy IPA.
Yeah, I think in the last year the big fad was the champagne.
Oh, the brute.
Yeah,
the brute
I mean,
IPAs.
those kind of came and went. I think there's one out there right now, but other than that, not. Yeah, that was kind of like a
Morelands
one
was
and done
nice.
type thing.
I really think the first one we had the volume kega at the Anderson Vat. I think they killed it. Of course, they're California, so where did they get their champagne yeast? What were they doing? That's a whole nother story.
But yeah, I think that was kind of the fad. I think the hazy thing. I don't know that that's a fad.
Speaking of Anderson Valley, we do have Winter Solstice Day.
Hazy
gotta
is a
check it
style,
out.
It's not a fad. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a fad when it first came out,
Mhm.
and then it turned into a style.
Yeah,
Kind of like skinny jeans.
And yeah, I think it's one of those things where no skinny jeans bad. Anyway, I think
yeah,
it's
but
one
I
of those
still
things-
have my 501 Buttonfly. That was the skinny jean before skinny jean.
I think the hazy is one of those things where every brewery that does an IPA has also got to do a hazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not where it's like, yeah, we're going to do it for a month and then be done with it. No, we're going to have a hazy.
I think we're going
Yeah.
to start seeing basically breweries setting up where here's the IPA, here's the hazy version of that IPA. And it's cool.
I'd rather brewers just be able to call it unfiltered and like filtered.
Well, and is that the true difference with the hazy? I mean, is it just because it's
That's
unfiltered,
not-
or are
I
the
mean,
other things
there's-
going on?
Basically, they just brew it with so much stuff and they dry out with so much the protein coagulates. There's no way to get it to look remotely clear. Because you can cold crash stuff left and right and get it to clear out. We used to see that all the time
Yeah.
in the winery, you know.
Oh yeah, I could remember a couple
You
times
get-
we started bottling.
Even
and-
homebrewers can get mostly clear beer without filtering. Just have to be patient, let it drop out.
Remember those days we'd start to bottle and he'd look at us and be like, it's not happening today. And we couldn't quite know why.
Mhm.
And then he'd like pull one aside and open it up and share it with us and say, what do you think? We're like, well, this is awesome. This is hazy. He's like, yeah, it's great. It's wine. You guys work here. I can't sell this.
Yeah.
And so he'd re-rack, cold crash, like you were saying. He'd drop it back down, throw it on CO2, and we would basically push that thing down to the point of freezing and then draw the liquid back out into the bottling plant.
And push it through the DE filters and everything.
Yeah, diametric earth and such to. Yeah, that pump was crazy.
Hey,
Hello, dudes. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that name. But hey, how you doing, man? Or Manette? I don't
See,
know.
that was improper.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Manette. I don't know.
How are you?
How are you? I'm doing fine. How are you?
Excellent, thank you.
Don't make Rob force you to choose how you identify. We'll identify you as
There are moments,
Litu Lauka.
you know,
So-
you would be awesome with a mullet wig.
So anyway, while you two are finishing, how about handing? Oh, you know what we forgot?
You were wondering if this is straight from the. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. I appreciate that. We are going for a vintage feel. We are vintage.
I'm
guys.
definitely straight from the '90s.
That millennial over there, he'll fool you.
Straight from the 90s. I was born in the 90s and I'm straight.
But
That says a lot going the way the 90s were.
So I'm gonna
And
get,
for a guy
I'm
in a
gonna get
tie-dye.
I'm gonna get our wine open. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get our wine open while you guys finish. You guys can feel free to
I do
speak
like
any more about.
I do
that
like the
part.
colloidal nature of this. I know it listed as hazy. I think it'd be interesting if a single glass pour was done, it wasn't divided into 3 pours, where that haziness would work out. It's kind of interesting how this ended up with a lot more bottom haze, whereas electronic fog was consistent throughout. By the way,
Well, that is
Litu Lauka, what are you drinking now?
So we're gonna move on to our wine tonight.
Yeah, it's about time for. Whoa, nice color.
This
is not a deep garnet. This is.
No, I'm going to
ruby.
go out on a limb and say that neither of you two guys have ever had one of these.
Said the word Chiava once. I can't even figure out what country this is
So this
from.
is the Vernach Chiava. Peter Zemmer is the
Sounds Austrian.
the winery. You know it does, but it is from Alto Adige in Italy.
Okay, yeah, okay. I saw
so-
DOG on there and I wondered,
Basic label. I mean,
is this a Lombardy?
no. Well, this is a Chiava, 100% Chiava grape.
Basic lager. Nice.
Chiava goes back to the Roman times.
Some
Oh,
BWG.
Why is it so translucent?
Yeah, it's. I said ruby.
Transparent.
You know, you expect like that garnet color out of red wines.
So
and
this is
came out
this is
ruby.
actually a blend from several vineyards, and it's a little sweet.
But they don't leave the skins in.
Hey,
They tear the
cheers,
bone
buddy.
out.
I'll
And-
share that longer with you, buddy.
And it is a table wine. This is going to be your probably your aperitif type or your.
When you say table
Appetizer
wine,
wine.
are we talking about definition by label, or are you saying what kind of situation? Or...
We're talking. This is not.
It's an important question, guys.
Why to switch on wines?
It's what we do every week.
So yeah, we what we do is we do 2 beers and then we do a wine. That's kind of our thing. That's the show. That's why we switch. So just to get a little bit, you know,
It's our
variety.
basic format, yeah. Thank you. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So table wines. Back to the table wines.
Yeah, so that's a labeling thing you're really
Yeah.
saying.
It's really just your everyday type wine.
Did you guys get the barnyard just creeping out of that?
This is something that you can sit down and have.
I'm telling you right
Just
now,
open up the app.
I think I found a new favorite.
I think I just got my invite. Like, I smelled it. I say this every week.
From the smell of the color and the taste, like, I'll tell you what, this color threw me off.
The body on this is intense.
So I mean,
For the
if
color?
you look, I mean, you got transparency. You see right there, right at
the edge, it's
right
like
the
not.
meniscus.
It's like
Where-
where it should not be transparent, it is, and where it should be.
So
it's
these
like
guys just
mine.
brought up an awesome thing about how to tell body on wine. There's multiple points where color makes. If you stare at the bottom of the glass, you're pretty much going to see one color. But if you take this and you look in your glass, turn it sideways, you're going to see a ring around your glass.
So it's like a
And what
super
that
dark
ring does,
mosaic.
it's going to be translucent at the edge.
Blends
It's going to
it.
go dark real quick. It's called the meniscus
I love
because
this.
it technically has this lenticular shape, like a lens or like a drop of water.
And it's
And
DSC.
truly, this is
Not
where you're going to
DSG.
see the body of the
It's
wine. The tighter that meniscus, the lighter the body, the bigger the edge of that meniscus, the bigger body, because you have more of a convex shape.
So
I'll let Rob follow up.
no, I think you. What I want you to do is
So
take a look at it for you through that light. Look at that.
And so here's what I'm seeing is that meniscus is so large, it bends the light to where from under it's darkness. And that's what these guys are saying. Usually a wine is dark in the center and lighter at the edges. This one bends so hard with his body, it actually creates darkness at the edges.
I'm telling you, man. Like, if you get it just right from the angle, it looks like just a dark rosé.
So again, I'm glad you
Smooth
said
as
that
all
because
Like
here's one of the things.
Wow.
This is an everyday drinking wine. This is going to be a wine, as far as food pairings, you're not really worried about it.
No.
This is what you're having before dinner. This is what you're having to warm up, for friends.
This is getting me ready
This
for a
is-
steak. Though.
This is very similar to a rosé in those aspects.
This is what I'm sipping on
The-
while I'm sheep herding.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, while you're sheep herding. If I ever see Josh sheep herding, that's the end of it. I'm done.
Now we know he's going full Grey's
I've
Adams.
seen everything if I ever see Josh sheep herding. Anyway,
I'm just starting a cold at that point.
so I mean this is very similar to what this is a rosé with still being red.
Yeah, I mean I love this because it reminds me of a rosé.
So you talked about it's a blend of several grapes.
No, it's the same grape. It's all Shaba.
It's blended from different vineyards.
Yes. And the other thing they do when they make this is they immediately, before they even press it, they take all the stems out to make sure there's no dryness going into it whatsoever.
I was talking about this with some people earlier,
so
that there's a difference in the tannins between the woody structures and
absolutely,
the skins.
Well, the other thing is you get the cellulose and all of that coming from the grape stems themselves.
Grape stems and seeds have woody structures. They're going to give you cellulose type feed, whereas the skin has a little different acid structure. It forms a little different tannins. They're both tannic acid.
They also constantly, now through modernization, it's a lot easier, but this wine in fermentation is constantly stirred with the must.
That's cool.
So they just do.
So it's just a constant, easy stir with the must. So the must is rising, but then it's slowly being stirred back in and then back out.
It's not like one of those things where we used to do pump overs. Tell you what, my first pump over. Ooh.
I don't know that we want to go into that, Josh. This may be a family show.
Oh no, I'm talking about the pump over in the tank, man. You know, you pump the juice on.
We've talked about this before. In the part where you have wines in large vats, whether it's a brut out in the yard or your stainless steel propyl, once you lift that lid or stick your head over the fermented must, it will knock you out. It's like having a shot of tequila through your nose.
It's awesome at 9 a.m.
So
it's interesting at 3 p.m. in the middle of your Sunday shift.
There's a couple interesting things that they do in the making of this wine, but again,
I definitely get like the socks.
They
get socks.
They make sure they pull the must and the skins off just before it gives it that really deep garnet color.
So they stir it, and so this thing's pigmented throughout. It's not pigment that's falling out of this wine. It's in there. The color is imparted on every particulate. And I think that's why we see that it's technically translucent, but it's able to have this amazing color through the meniscus.
And it brings the flavor out.
I taste the color.
It's
this is one of those things where.
What's the ABV that we?
I think 12.5.
I was about to say this is not. It can't be heavy. It's
12.5.
Yeah, this is one of the most enjoyable wines that I've seen. I've never had anything like this.
This is like I said, a sit down with a friend and just drink your wine, and then go get something.
So we're hanging out tomorrow.
So it is DOG. So is this a common technique for
this
Sciaba?
This is not DOG. This is DOC.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. This is
Italy.
Yeah.
It's not guaranteed. It's just control.
Is this a common old style of doing this? Because this is Alto, and so one thing I know about
this is
high
like I said,
altitude.
they've been making this wine.
One thing I know
since
about
Roman
high
times.
altitude vineyards, especially in eastern Italy, is they're not always large.
So are we talking like Venetian, Eastern Italy?
I'm thinking Lombardy, but maybe even like right where I forget the state, right where the Venice Lombard.
I forget too. It's it begins with a C.
I don't know that it's quite DMT wine. Luchulaca, where are you from?
Damn it, fine.
Yeah. So, like I said, they've been making this wine since the Roman times. Same basic premise on it. Probably a lot of small vineyards, like you said. That's why they bring from multiple vineyards.
So another region where this is common is Porto. People would basically just send the grapes down the valley,
down the river.
And port houses did collective.
Yep.
Yeah.
Finland. Oh, that's.
Yes, Porto's another. I mean, hell,
Some
they
Finn power,
used
buddy.
to send the barges straight down to and. A little interesting story about the barges when there
I'm
was
wondering if
piracy on
this
the
is done
Duara River.
a similar way.
They used to paint the barges black and
the Parma?
the Duara.
Yeah, but I think this is a
Oh.
Parma. Rob gives me another pour for that.
Yeah.
Parma. Oh, dude, that.
If I could shut you up now, I'm just kidding.
Because I feel like Parmesan would just hit this.
Some mild cheeses. I think some probably meats like a sausage.
Yeah, you're flashing back, Litulaka. You are in 1994. Jerry Garcia's still alive. The Stones are on tour. And Guns N' Roses' new album will be out shortly.
Yeah, do people buy snus in Finland too? I used to snus a lot.
No, there's crazy stuff from Finland. There's this skull, like this Finland skull. It's like 10 times the strength of.
Well, I know, man. They're crazy about their tobacco
All right.
over there.
Well, we're
and, like,
we're starting to run long, so let's go ahead and start wrapping this up. with
Yeah,
the,
so one of the things I'm supposed to say when Rob tells me that is if you're watching right now, we want you to subscribe and continue commenting, and we'd like you to like and share with your friends. If you're watching in a little bit, which would be basically whenever you turn on your YouTube, because we also post on YouTube. Rob, do you want to give them the channel we post at?
It's the Office Coffee and Wine.
The
That's
Office
right.
Coffee and Wine, one solid word. The Office Coffee.
And then we also link that to our Facebook page,
That's right.
the Office Coffee and Wine.
And I want to remind you, if you get on that YouTube, I want you to subscribe, like, and comment, because a lot of our stuff can be viewer driven. We can start trying wines you all want to see. We can throw some of your criticisms at these beers. We don't like everything, but
No, we
we
don't.
like tasting.
So yeah, one of our things is, even though we're in a bottle shop, we don't necessarily have to say every beer is great, every wine is great. We're giving honest opinions here. If we don't like something, we're going to tell you. And we have.
Remember that one time you gave me that one wine in a can
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I did not like?
yeah.
I'm
that
so
was
glad
fun.
I wasn't here that week.
That was funny.
That would have been Skull Record Camp.
Anyway, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. We're going to the Flying Machine, Electronic Fog. That was the first beer we tasted.
Yeah, Flying
that-
Machine, Electronic Fog. We did the A&B Nuclear.
Well, let's review the. What did you think about the Flying Machine?
I'm just answering
I
questions.
know. What did you think about the Flying Machine?
I thought that was very positive. I like it. I
One,
like the
two?
pure balance of juicy with the dryness on a hazy. I'm going to just go ahead and give Flying Machine the double thumb.
I'm going to give it a thumb and a half.
It's all right.
Which I really liked it. I personally would like some more body. Just a little bit more.
You got to drink the Collective Illusion then.
Nah, I'm a much bigger fan of the Collective Illusion. I had one earlier.
So I think they made a beer for each person.
So I'm gonna go thumb and a half also on that one.
Mhm.
Mainly because it did have the juiciness to it, but then it kind of died out for me.
Yeah.
It was muted.
Mm-hmm.
That guy right there.
Yeah. It's 6.3, but you know.
It's really
It's,
good.
palatable.
it's a solid beer. It's something that I can drink. I can drink multiple ones of, but it's just there's others that are going
To get a thumb and a
body.
half, you got to be pretty good though.
Yeah.
Let's-
It's like
Let's talk
moving on
about
to
the latest addition to the Cloud Blazer from A&B.
The nuclear,
Yeah.
juicy grapefruit hazy IPA.
I'm gonna give it a solid thumb and a half.
Josh
Again.
says he tasted the booze. I'm gonna go thumb and like a full thumb and like a 7.35 thumb.
Yeah, I mean it's.
And it's like it was really pushing up there towards Perfect Beerland. And I know I just double thumbed Electronic
It's-
Fog, but I want to look at like a 10% hazy IPA, a little different category, because we're talking Imperials at this point.
It's really good. I think it was really good. The problem that I have with it is that for just labeling itself as like mega super grapefruit, I don't think it was as grapefruit as it was labeled.
That's bringing me to mine is one thumb. I think, yes, there's grapefruit in there. It is not as much grapefruit as they push on the label. There's sugar to it that takes away from the grapefruit.
I mean,
So I think that they missed the boat a little bit on if they just didn't say it was a super grapefruit beer.
if they said grapefruit once
Yeah.
instead of twice on the label, I'd be happier.
I'd be okay with it. So yeah, one thumb on that one. The wine, the Shiava,
This is
Peter
cool. I'm
Zimmer.
so glad to learn about this.
Alta Adige, Italy, a wine as old as the Roman times. Same style. I'm going to give this a thumbs up. Nick?
I got an opinion about a lot of things, man. But I don't know if he's talking about me. Am I right or you're right? I don't know. Whatever. Anyways,
What do you
I
think
love
this
this
one?
wine.
Two
This
thumbs
is
or one
really
thumb?
special. I'm glad I
I gave
learned
it two.
about this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, red wines, this is tough for Nick to do, but I'm going to double thumb this. And this happens to me with these classic Italians that are basically wine since
And
wine
Nick
memoir.
doesn't do a lot of two thumbs on wines, or red wines.
If I can even get through a second sample on a red wine, it's a sign they're doing something pretty special.
Oh, yeah.
Josh?
I'm gonna give it 2 thumbs. Absolutely 2 thumbs. It's I've never had a wine like this. It's completely and totally unique to me. It's delicious. It's light. It's refreshing. It's not something.
It's got a little juicy sweetness to it.
A lot of this 2 thumbs up is just because of what this wine is.
It's
But
just
I-
cool.
Yeah, but it's just this is a wine that we just drink.
Yeah.
And you know, there's so many great wines out there. It's just nice for us to run across a wine that we can just drink.
Yeah.
Quick
Drink a Belgian
Fly Machine, $5 for the 16 ounce.
AMP 450 for a
450.
10%er. You
And
gotta
then
get one and
The
share.
Chiava is 17.
Worth
So-
every penny.
So we're gonna wrap it up there, guys. See us next week. We're gonna try to get on somewhere between
Like.
8:15, 8:30,
Subscribe, comment,
and we'll see you next week.
All right, take it easy, guys.
be cool.